What's up, guys? Spiritual Lemonade back with another vinyl video. We got another month that's gone by of 2025. This is everything that I got for my vinyl collection in August. Usually these videos are a little longer. I only have a few this month. I think only 4 here, which is about half of what I usually have every month. I do have a couple that are on the way. I know I always say this in all my vinyl videos. I always have vinyls on the way. So hopefully next month those will be in that video. But for now, we're going to start off with the one and only John Bellion, Father Figure. This was a long anticipated album, and I got this on pre-order. I was like, I don't even need to know what the album sounds like. I'm getting this on vinyl. And I'm very glad I did, because I was slightly underwhelmed my first listen on Spotify to this album. And I have to tell you right now, after I heard it on vinyl, it made me appreciate the album 100 times more. I don't know if it's mixed differently for the vinyl specifically, but everything sounded a lot more full, and it just sounded so crisp. And maybe it was just like my headphones or something, I don't know, but it sounded so good. Made me appreciate the album way more than I did, at least on my first listen. But we have a clear record. It's kind of hard to tell because the paper behind it is white, but super cool, fonts on the back. It came with like a little poster, I think, with the song titles and song credits and all that. I don't necessarily feel like getting it all out right now. So, but yeah, I got this. Super excited I got it. I know several people that went to the show in New York, the One Big Show, and it looked like a crazy time. Wish I could have been there, but I've honestly never traveled out of state for a concert, and I don't know if I really plan on ever doing that. So shout out to the people that went to New York for that. That is just not my cup of tea. Next up, we have another really good album. All these albums are really good. We got Willoughby Tucker, I'll Always Love You by Ethel, Cain. One of my favorite secular artists. One of my favorite artists in general. Most of my channel, if you're watching this and just are watching because the title has vinyl records in it, most of my videos are covering Christian music. I have reacted to this album, actually, and everything that Ethel's put out I've reacted to. But this was the prequel to Preacher's Daughter, one of the best albums of all time, in my opinion. It's a 5 out of 5, 10 out of 10, whatever you rate your albums on. But it was a crazy prequel, covered a lot of stuff storytelling wise in this album, and there were several instrumentals that I really liked. I know not a lot of people are a fan of those kind of songs, but I'm a huge fan of specifically Ethel Cain's instrumentals. Got it on standard black pressing. I think that's the only pressing there is for the album. And the only other thing about this is there's an indie exclusive, I think, that you can only get at like a record store, because it has like a little poster in it. I did not, unfortunately, get that one. I do plan on it because I got the Preacher's Daughter indie exclusive, which has a poster in it as well. So I'm hoping to get that at some point. Just wasn't I just ordered this on pre-order on Amazon right when it dropped. Next up, we have another one of my favorite albums in this genre specifically that has come out this year, Snipe Hunter by Tyler Childers. I don't know how to pronounce that name. I'll be honest, this is the first album of his that I've reacted to. I've heard the name several times, but I'm not the biggest country fan. But this year I'm listening to everything in most genres, at least mainstream-ish. So this obviously was on my radar this year. I have been listening to quite a bit more country than I normally have in the past years, and I will say it's been growing on me a little bit. It depends on what kind of country it is. But this specifically is a very unique kind of country music, I feel like. When I was looking up the specific subgenre, It was like Appalachian country or Appalachian folk or something like that. It's a very unique way of producing a country album, and there were a lot of really well written songs on this one. Let me open up. It's a weird size for the cover art here because it hangs out a little bit. I don't know why it was made that way, but this is also, by the way, a Walmart exclusive, so you can only get this color pressing. It's like a foresty green. You can only get it at Walmart. Now I'm gonna put everything back here, but yeah. So we have one of my favorite songs on here, Nose to the Grindstone. Super fire song. Down Under was another favorite. Biting List was also a really well written song. Very unique concept for a song too. Kind of like writing a song of people you would have on your list of people you would bite if you were to get rabies from a dog. So very out of the box thinking on those songs that he wrote. Hopefully I can get this back in. There we go. So there's that. And last but definitely not least, we have so far my third album from this artist to add to the collection, and my favorite album out of all three that I have so far. Legends Never Die by Juice WRLD. This is also the 5-year anniversary edition, and it has the 3 or 4 extra songs that were on that 5-year anniversary edition. And another really cool thing about this album is the pressing. Look at that. Have you ever seen a vinyl record that looks like this? I know I haven't, and I listened to this entire album. I've played it, and it sounds perfectly fine. I know some people say records that have like prints on them and stuff like this don't tend to sound as good. It sounded perfectly fine to me. It sounded better than the Goodbye and Good Riddance. But yeah, super cool album to add to the collection. I still really want to get the purple pressing of the original album, Legends Never Die. I think it's a purple one, or maybe it's pink. I'm forgetting which color it is. But that one is really hard to come by. They don't really press those anymore, I don't think, so you just have to get it from someone who is selling it from their own collection. And you know, resellers go crazy, so it's like several $100s you're probably going to pay for that one. So I'm just not going to do that right now. But yeah, as for my opinion on the best Juice WRLD album there is, I feel like this is definitely the peak of what it just showcases where he was at right around the time that he had passed away, unfortunately. And you know, there's just a big jump, at least in quality, from even Goodbye and Good Riddance, which I know a lot of his fans prefer that album, or Death Race for Love, which all of his albums are incredible, but I feel like this one is the closest that we will ever get to an album that I don't know how to say it. This is almost like it sums up exactly where he was as an artist before he passed, and it's the best version of his artistry, where like a lot of even The Party Never Ends, those are songs from even before this time period, if that makes sense. And they're all over the place in different time periods of his life. Just a collection of songs, where this was still also a concept album, and it really worked out as a good concept. Everything makes sense. There were, let's see which ones. The Way with XXX Tentacion, In My Head, Face to Face, those were the extra songs added to the 5-year anniversary. Life's a Mess is probably one of the songs that I listen to the most on this, and there's just not a single skip on this. I don't know about you guys, but there's just no skips on this album. So I was very excited that they did not only a 5-year anniversary of this album, but also they did a special pressing for it. So yeah, that is the third, and hopefully not the the last Juice WRLD album that I will be collecting. But yeah, that is everything that I got for my vinyl collection in August of 2025. Next month should be crazy. I have a couple albums that I know of that are coming in the mail. Might have more if I go to a record store or not. I'm not too sure. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. Stay tuned for more vinyl videos. I do reactions as well if you're watching this from just my vinyl videos. I also do reactions to some of the albums that I have in my collection. But yeah, thank you guys for watching. Go be fruitful. Let's go.